Hello, party people. It is Randy for Thunder Horse Ascendant. We are here with project number 3. I believe it's 3. Let me double check. Project number 3. Aha. Our Jasper bracelets. So this is going to be super easy. We're going to whip up 2 bracelets and a pair of earrings in this video. So let's jump down to the mat. Get this part started. All right, my party people, here we are down on the mat. So first of all, we are going to start with the first bracelet, which is this, where we're just going to be wire wrapping and linking together our Jasper stones, okay? Then, after we do that, we're going to utilize the same technique, basically, to wrap together Jasper stones and links. So we'll get 2 bracelets. We're using the toggle clasps. And then I also have in here just some cute little earrings we're going to whip up. So let's jump down to the mat. Oh, we're on the mat. We've already jumped to the mat. No need to do any more jumping. Let's get into it. All right. So here we are. First of all, we are going to pick our Jasper stones for the first bracelet. So I think we want to use 7, maybe less than 7. We'll take a look. So I guess it's up to you. I have some that could be like more lighter stones together and then darker stones together, which I kind of like. So let's get that laid out here. Here's our 2 bracelets. Now we also have these links. Some of these are charms. These 2 are charms. This one is a link. This is a link. This is a link. One of these things is a charm. It has to be, because I know there's 2 of them. This one. Okay. So these 2 are links. Those are going to be for our earrings. And we're also going to use all these chain for our earrings. And some of these metal for our earrings. And I had said I might want to taper in some of these metal into this links bracelet, but this one I think could go up here. We're going to get more length with the wrapping. So I think just 3 is going to be good. Do I want to use this one? I have this one. Do I want to use it over here perhaps? Okay, and then I do want to make a pair of earrings. So I kind of am looking for 2 that maybe are similar to this one. This look like the same color. So I'm going to put that one there. I'm going to put these 2 for my earrings. I'm going to put this one over here. And we are ready to rock and roll. Okay, so I'm going to pick this one up for the time being. We're going to focus on this technique, which is very easy. If you have never done this before, I'll walk you through the little steps. It's really easy. We're going to use some 22 gauge wire. Okay. What do we got going on here? Got a new wire roll. Okay. So I'm going to use some 22 gauge wire. Now you can use whatever wire you see fit to use. You guys know me. I love me some 22 gauge wire. So I'm going to get a little snippet and we're going to start this off. I think what we will do is perhaps, because, well, we'll see how it goes. I was going to say, oh, maybe we use a little razzle dazzle, but we'll see how we want to go. So first and foremost, what we're going to do is we're just going to create a wire wrap loop. So to do that, we're going to leave enough tail up here. This is what we're going to make our loop with and what we're going to wrap with. So you're going to want to leave a little space. Now it's important that this is a tapered situation. So wherever you are making your first loop, you're going to want to make it on the same spot each time you do a loop. So at this point for me, this is where I always go. So it's pretty much muscle memory. But if you need to mark yours, you can do that with a Sharpie. Eventually it will come off once you're going. So we're going to make a number 7. Looks like this. We're holding pressure. Okay. We're going to wrap this up over the top. We're then going to let go of pressure, spin to the other side. Put pressure, bring this all the way around so that it looks like a lollipop head. Okay, lollipop heads are good. So, once I have my lollipop head, I'm going to bring pressure back to the top and I'm going to turn everything sideways. This just makes it easier for me because I'm videoing. I don't know how you guys do it. So we want our lollipop to be straight, have a straight stick, okay? And then we're going to wrap 1, 2, 3. You can do more if you want. I think 3 is good. You want those to be tight and you want them to be next to one another. You do not want them to be overlapped in any way. We are then going to take this off and we're going to trim it. You're going to come in here as close as you can, give it a trim, and then we're going to come back with our chain nose and we are going to just tuck the wire to make sure that doesn't jump out, poke nobody. I also like to give this loop a little work harden, okay, and straighten it out. And so here we go. This is where we're at, wire wrap loop. Now we're going to put a bead. We need a bead. And we're going to put this on. Just like that. Now we're going to do the top. Now here's what I was thinking. We could do a little razzle dazzle on over the top of the bead. But now that I'm looking at the bead, I'm like, oh, it's pretty nice all by itself. I don't know that it needs any razzle dazzle. Maybe if we get a plain one, we'll put a little razzle dazzle on it. So now I'm going to come in, I'm going to do the same thing but on the top. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave enough space here because this is where my wire wraps are going to go. I'm then going to bend to make the number 7. This is a long 7, but we're doing it. Over the top, release the pressure, bring it to the side. Put pressure, wrap this around. Okay, lollipop head. Pressure back around to the top of the loop. Wrapping. 1, 2, 3, or until your bead is tight as you want it. Now you kind of want to be able to space it out where you have enough wraps on each side because these are going to be showing and you don't want one side to be all teeny tiny and the other side to be all long and whatever. So okay, try and tuck this tail in there and do the work harden. When you do go to tuck the tail, you are going to get a little bit of tightness because you are going to push that down. Okay, so here we are. And this is the move. This is the move. This is what it is. This is all we need. So now I'm going to wrap up the rest of them. I am going to go ahead and do that in fast forward because we have 3 projects to do in this video and I don't want it to be super time consuming. So I'm just going to wrap up the rest of these and we will move on. here we go. We're going to start our connections. I've decided to use these round twisted silver jump rings. Now it is possible, depending on how much length we get with these, if I'm going to need to remove a bead, but we shall see. So I'm going to start here on the toggle, and I'm just going to connect, starting with my first bead. Easy peasy. And we're just going to connect these up. Move them up here so that it'll focus. These little twisted ones can be kind of hard to see where they're split. Okay, let's just see here. Oh yeah, I think I'm going to be able to use the next one. Now I gotta check to make sure that I can get this little guy through here with no issue, which it looks like I will be able to. So if you had an issue here, you could add an additional jump ring or, you know, something of that nature so that you can get it through there, but mine seems to be working out pretty good. So this is our first bracelet. Cute. I like it. I think the little twisted jump rings are super cute in there, you know, and you could do a lot of things, razzle dazzle it up if you wanted. You could, you know, use different color jump rings, like a different metal color, do a mixed metal. You could add two jump rings like together so they're crisscrossed, give it a little something. There's a lot of things you could do with that. But I do have a lot of bracelets that I really like this, where they just kind of focus on the beads. And so this is our first super cute little simple bracelet. I think it turned out lovely. On to the next. Now with this next one, it's going to be basically the same situation, and I wanted to show you how I'm going to connect the links. It's very easy if you've never done it before. I'm sure many of you have. I'm just using this same 22 gauge wire, And I think we had these lined up where they were, yes, links on the end. 7. So I have 7, and this one has shown me that I only have 6 beads on here. This one fits me, but I have a little wrist. Okay, so mine is 6 1/4 inches long. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to do basically the same move. Let me get these up here. Okay, so we are going to create the number 7, and we are going to create a loop on the end here, using the same as we did on the others, just creating a wire wrapped loop. Okay, so these ones are a little bit loose, so I'm gonna just push them in, and then I'm gonna tuck my tail. Okay. Now, I was debating if I wanted to use a bead here, and I think, sure. Do I want to use 2? I think I'll just use 1. Why? For fun. You could use 2 if you wanted. So here we go. We're basically starting on the second loop, okay? So now we're going to attach the first loop that'll actually attach to the bracelet, which is this link. So in order to do that, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to want to leave a, enough space to wrap down 3 times, as we did before. Bend. Go up over the top. Okay. Spin. Create your loop as we did before. Happy lollipops and all. And now right here, we're just going to lift this a little bit so that it's open, and we're going to put our link on. So we're just going to thread that through the loop. Okay, so it looks like this. Basically a move you would do if you were like making a pair of earrings or something. Now, we're going to get a hold of both sides of this wire. You can see I have my plier around both sides. That helps to support it as you're going to be tightening and wrapping. So I'm going to wrap around 3 times. Okay. Come in here and trim. And tuck this in. And then I'm also going to work harden it. Okay. So this is what we end up with. So it will actually be going this way. I'll put that on just so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm still using the twisted jump rings here. And I'm going to connect this one onto the link and this one onto the finding. There we go. Make sure this is good and tight. And we are on it. Cool. Now for the next one, I'm going to keep going, showing you how to connect, okay? Because this is a little bit different situation. Now, you can do this however you want. You can flip-flop, mismatch, use different stuff, whatever you want to do. So now I'm just going to connect onto this loop and then onto the link. The links make it a lot easier because you don't have to wrap up as many stones, right? And it gives it a little different look. Okay. Now here, you could use a jump ring if you wanted to, but I'm going to use wire for the next stone. Some people don't care for that. They want them to all be cohesive throughout. That's completely up to you. So now what we'll do is we're going to create our wire wrap loop. Up over the top, spin, happy lollipop head, open, put this into the link, get a hold of both of them and go 3 times. I've actually been going like 3.5, but 3.5. And trim. Okay, then we get our next bead. Oh, I gotta put a silver on. Forgot. Now, you can see right here, since I started with the second one first, and I actually, when I did that, I put this one on the top, but it's technically on the bottom. So, I gotta put this one on the bottom so they look the same. Go over the top. Open. Put your link on. Now this one I did with a jump ring. This one right here. I just realized I did that with a jump ring. So maybe I'll do this one with the jump ring as well. So I'll just finish this one off like normal. I just really like those twisted jump rings. I think they really give a really cool look. So I'm going to go ahead and add it. But like you just saw me do, you don't have to do that. You could just connect it to your link, however you want to go. But since this is how I went the first time, I'll do it again. Just making sure that's closed up. Open. So on this one, after I connected with the jump ring, I just connected straight on with this one. Okay, so now we're to the bead. Bead and rectangle. And then this one I just finish normally. It's getting heavy on one side. I feel like I got my tail wrapped around the wrong way. So I'm going to trim it. Try to. Okay, and then the last link. And the end of our toggle. Okay, so again, I gotta check and make sure that I can get this through there without there being any issue. Seems like there should not be, but maybe I could add a jump ring. See how it is on the wrist. There's a slight problematic with that. Now, I will say this one, because we did connect it straight on, I am going to add another one. This one actually fits me pretty well. When I have my bracelets, I don't really like them to move around a lot. Let's see, where is this split? I don't really like them to move around a bunch, but we did have this one extra bead, and I would say if you're a person who is like an average size bracelet, a 7, you would probably want to add that additional length, but myself, I have a little wrist and I don't need it, but if you needed it, it's there for you. So I am just adding one more link to this. And if you didn't want to do another one because you wanted to keep the pattern or whatever, another way to get length would be add more jump rings. You could add jump rings throughout. You could add 2 here instead of 1. You could add more on each side. Like, there's always ways to kind of work around that to get the length that you want and keep your pattern. Just takes a little bit of imagination sometimes. So now I've put an additional link. And ooh. And this one, yeah, makes it significantly easier to get it on. It does make it a little bit more loose. Even that to me is a little bit too much, but here we are. And so there we go. We've got all of our links on. Lovely. So that is bracelet 2, a little different situation. Now here's another thing you can do. You can get about a half a turn out of your bracelet if you need to, as if it's not laying the way you want, out of your wire wrapping. You can get about a half a twist. So like this one is standing up funny. You can get about a half a twist out of it to get them to all to lay down flat. If that's what you want to do. You obviously would probably want to, because then when you have it on, they should all be laying flat like this, right? So there we go. So there is bracelet number 2. Here's bracelet number 2 versus bracelet number 1. Okay, bracelet number 2 is a little bit smaller versus bracelet number 1. Both are good. Okay, so now the only thing left to do is to whip up our little earrings. Now originally I don't think I was going to use these. I think I was just going to, let's check we have a drawing. Let's check that. Yeah, it looks like I was just going to use the charms and then the beads with a little bit of chain. So now we have a little bit different situation going on, because I do have 2 to use for earrings. They're not too heavy, and they're slightly heavy. I'm debating if this is how I want to go. It is debatable. This does not fit in there. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is, keeping with the theme of the bracelet, because this is the one that kind of basically matches it, I'm going to create a loop down here at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to come down here, I'm going to create a loop, and for decorative purposes, you wouldn't have to do this, but for decorative purposes, I'm going to connect with the jump ring so that I can get that same effect. So I am just going to finish the loop off. I'm not going to connect to the charm with it. I'm going to wrap around 3 times. We're basically doing the same thing, but in earring form. Okay, so what I will do now is I'm going to attach, oh, I'm on a jump ring. Hold on. Get a few more jump rings out of here. I'm going to attach the charm. With the twisted jump ring onto the loop. Okay, this is what it looks like. And then I'm going to put my bead, and I'm going to put the stone. That's quite cute. I was going to add a little smidge of chain, but I don't know if I need to, honestly. I don't think I do. I think these are going to be cute just the way they are. Okay, so wrap this guy up. And we need an earring. Hey, sorry, my camera just died. Okay, so I just have these little earring wires here. I'm in debate if I want to use these. I mean, I can. I was just maybe looking for something a little more flimsy, you know. I do have some other earring wires, but I mean, these will be fine. They are stainless steel. So I am going to connect with the jump ring. Now you wouldn't have to do that using these earring wires. You could twist this top loop, put them through, have yourself a lovely day. Me on the other hand, I'm going to use this guy and attach on. It's going to give me a little more movement. Plus it goes kind of with the theme of the earring. So I guess the moral of that story is that you don't always need to do anything. You know, sometimes you just want to do it. Those are cute. Let's do the other one up. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so here's our little earring pair. Super cute. Let's bring everything back in here. Gotta zoom out a little bit. There we go. So here is our finished products. There we go. I think they're very cute. Quite happy with them. So here is the finished product versus the plan that we made. So I think they turned out pretty well. Earrings are a little bit different, but yeah, so there we go. Project 3. 2 bracelets and a pair of earrings. I think they're very cute, honestly. I really like them a lot. Very versatile. Could wear them with a lot of stuff. That's always a good thing. So there we are. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If you are, please make a comment, do a like, perhaps a share. Let other people know that we're doing the Bargain Bead Box mini series, and all that good stuff is really helpful for me. Let me zoom in a little bit. It's really helpful for me with the YouTubing. So I appreciate all of your guys' comments and all of your comments and likes and your kind suggestions and all of the support that I get from you. It's very awesome. I invite all of you to come over to our Facebook group. We have a super awesome Facebook group where we can be a little more interactive together. It's in the description of my video. If you're not in the Facebook group, go ahead and give it a look-see. You can go over there and post your doings. We don't have any rules about like what kind of stuff you can post, like if it's not from Thunder Horse Descendant or whatever. We don't care about that. We are here to support you as a maker. So if you're gonna post those things, you're just gonna want to post hashtag what's on my mat today. That's the hashtag that we use. The only rule is that we don't post any memes, and we don't post like for sale items to your store or any ads or anything like that. So, but if you have stuff that you're working on with your jewelry, go ahead and post that there under what's on my mat today. And I hope you guys are all having a lovely, spectacular, amazing beading day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.